As Ian approaches our area, we know for sure that we will see about 10 to 15 inches of rain from the National Weather Service forecast.
As the entire state of Florida keeps its eye on Hurricane Ian, Flagler County Emergency Management Director Jonathan Lord says rain from the storm will definitely lead to flooding in many areas.
Will that flooding get into homes? It very much depends on your particular property and how that may impact you. However, for sure, we will see some kind of flooding. If flooding is in your street, that's okay. Don't drive through it. If flooding is on your lawn, that is okay. Backyard, front yard, that is okay. Do not walk through it. It becomes an issue when it starts approaching your home. You do what you need to do to protect your home.
If your neighborhood has flooded heavily in the past or your home backs up along the Intracoastal Waterway or Crescent Lake, you should plan to evacuate in advance.
Implement your personal evacuation plan, and we will have some kind of shelters open in the next few days, and take advantage of those if that's what your concern is. But if you have a personal evacuation plan, staying at friends or family in a different area that doesn't flood, or staying in a hotel or motel where you know you're safe, that is totally fine if you want to err on the side of caution.
Wind is also expected to be an issue, and that could lead to power outages.
We still have a greater than 50% chance of seeing tropical storm force winds, as well as a very small chance of seeing hurricane force winds. But a 50% chance in my head for tropical storm force winds means that's nothing to shake a stick at. We want to make sure you're prepared for those. You protect your homes. You remove loose debris around your homes. If you do have shutters or things like that, go ahead and put them up.
He adds Sandbags can help protect your home from slow rising water. You can get 10 per household by visiting either the Palm Coast Public Works Yard, the Daytona State College campus, or the Indian Trail Sports Complex. All facilities are offering Sandbags daily until they run out or until 6 p.m. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. A major wholesale club is coming to Palm Coast while traffic issues remain a top concern.
The Flagler County Commission cleared the way for the BJ's Wholesale Club and 5 satellite businesses to be built near the intersection of State Road 100 and Seminole Woods Boulevard. Commissioner Andy Dance was against the decision.
I've been conversing with the City of Palm Coast traffic engineer, and although he did have input in the methodology of the traffic study, he hasn't received the traffic study and hasn't offered input on the traffic study. And to me, the biggest quality of life issue on this is the traffic and the impacts on 100. I'm not set to approve this. Personally, since they're annexing it, the City of Palm Coast needs to have input on the traffic study.
Commissioner Dave Sullivan is also concerned.
With the traffic increasing in that intersection at Seminole Boulevard and 100 is already horrible. We got to come up with a solution there. It's tough, but sooner or later there's going to have to be an access that way. I'm telling you, or it's going to lock on 100.
The vote was 4-1 in favor of the project. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
Advent Health is celebrating 20 years of service in Palm Coast.
With additional inpatient care services coming to the fast-growing region of Flagler County, Advent Health is also celebrating a long season of service to the community while anticipating some positive changes. Denise Bales-Chubb is president and CEO for Advent Health Palm Coast.
What we have started to see is that we're getting a bit of a younger population in the area, Palm Coast has traditionally been a more mature audience, but we are seeing a lot more younger people growing, and so we need to make sure that we are meeting the needs of that younger population.
Meanwhile, the second Advent Health Hospital in Palm Coast is underway to include an emergency department with full-service imaging, 5 operating suites, and even 20 critical care patient rooms opening next spring.
Well, a part of our mission is to extend the healing ministry of Christ, and we believe the best way to do that is to make sure that we are addressing the healthcare needs of the community. And so we need to continually look at what those healthcare needs are. And we built this hospital. It has been very, very successful in meeting those needs, but now the community is growing and we need to continue to grow with the community. So we're looking forward to opening the new hospital.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
What would you do for your pet if you had to go to a shelter during an emergency?
Neelan Joseph with the Flagler County Emergency Operations Center said you should be able to ID your pet. pet. In the event that you are evacuating and you go to one of our shelters, you want to make sure you have all the paperwork that is necessary for them, vaccinations, if you have ID tags or anything like that for them, have them up to date.
Joseph said you also need a pet carrier to transport your pet. You can listen to Speaking of Animals on Saturday mornings at 8 here on WNZF and anytime on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, what if we get separated? From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.